Okay, so I have another message to share. Don't settle. Don't settle. If you say you want something, that's it. Don't settle. Don't take anything less than what you say you want. Um, I know sometimes we could think, well, maybe I'm gonna miss my blessing if I don't say yes to this. You'll know what's in alignment for you, and you'll know when you're settling. When you're questioning things, and I'm laughing because I've been there. When you're questioning things a lot, you know you're trying to talk yourself into something. But Spirit is saying, do not settle, right? Love yourself. Know that you are worthy to get what you say you desire. To get what you say you desire. Those desires are not coming from out of nowhere. Another thing, you know when your desire is ego driven or when it is soul led. So keep that in mind too. But if you have something in you that's saying, like, I know since I was this young about the life I wanted, right? You can have that life. There's so many things I knew as a teenager that I can remember exactly where I was standing when the knowing came to me, when I said it out loud, when I heard the voice, my inner voice tell me. And that's exactly how my life played out, whether I wanted to or not. That is how things are going. So don't settle. Don't settle. You don't have to compromise. I don't care what this world is telling you. I don't care if this world is telling you, oh, you're delusional, it'll never happen for you. It may not happen for them, but that's not their story. You know what Spirit is saying to you. You know what the Creator is saying to you. You know what your truth is. Stand in that. Stand in that. I know this world believes that there's a big part of this world who believes that life happens a certain way, that there's certain things you have to do, you have to work hard, you have to be deserving according to another human about what you deserve. But what God has for you, God will also provide the resources, the circumstances, and everything else for it. Whether you call it God, whether you call it source, whether you call it Gaia, Mother Earth, whatever you want to call it, the Creator, it can happen for you. It is happening for you. It will happen for you. But you also have to be willing to say yes to it. You have to be willing to not settle. You have to be willing to love yourself enough to remember that you are worthy. I remember people used to always be like, you have a self-worth issue. Like, they used to say that. And I never understood what that mean, right? Because to me, I exist. So it's obvious I'm worthy. Like, I never really understood. And then, you know, I was led in certain relationships, and through these relationships, Spirit showed me, like, this is settling, and this is how you know you're settling. And you're settling because you're afraid. This is fear. This is a reflection of your fear. This is your reflection of you not feeling worthy, that you think somehow, some way you won't receive this. And it's just so interesting because when I started to really understand this idea of, oh, this is a self-worth issue, it didn't show up, I guess, the way I expected it to, but the lesson came to me nonetheless. So I want to remind you that you are worthy of what your soul desires for you, that you are deserving, and that you will get it. It does not play by the rules of this earth. So you don't have to worry about, oh, well, I didn't do this, I didn't do that, I didn't go to college, or I'm not making 6 figures yet. You ain't got to worry about none of that. If you are being told that you are meant to live or have a certain life, you can have it. But you have to be willing to make choices in alignment with that. You have to be willing to trust that it's going to happen for you. And your inner guidance will lead you to whatever it is you need in order to see that come to fruition, in order for you to see that come to existence for you. So don't settle. Don't settle. Like, I don't know if I was meditating or I was journaling, and I was just saying, like, I love that I'm having all these life experiences, and I love that all these things are coming to my awareness, because I know that everybody don't need to go through the steps I went through to come to the realization of their truth, right? And I'm so grateful that I get to share my reflections from my lived experience to let you know that you don't have to take that route. So you don't have to go through the relationships. I think I'm just here to, I know I'm here to experience a lot of my lessons through relationships and through connections. It started as young as me coming into this world. And so I love relationships. I'm obsessed. I don't care if they end. I don't care how long they stay. Like, I love them so much. I think relationships and connections are so great because they have taught me so much about myself. They have helped me remember so deeply about who I am and what I am at my core, and just the energy that I exude out into this world. You know, my religion is love. So I'm just all about like love, 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 love. And even learning about love and understanding fear and understanding how those frequencies show up in my choices, show up in my connections, show up in how I express. This is a side note, but earlier this week I was watching a video, and the woman was sharing a message, and in this message she almost was about to say unconditional love, but she was like, there's no unconditional love. Love just is. And I needed that. I needed to hear that, because that is so true. There's no unconditional love. Just is. Love just is. Love just is. Like, it just is. I don't need the unconditional part. It just is. I know the frequency of love. I am the frequency of love. It just is. You know what I mean? And love doesn't always look like, you know, love doesn't have to look like, I gotta stay by you because I love you. Like, nah, that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. The frequency is the frequency. You'll know the frequency. But either way, I want to remind you not to settle. Do not settle. Do not settle. You don't need to be afraid that it won't happen for you. It will, and it can, and it will happen for you. But you have to know it. And you have to be willing to open up space for it. You have to be willing to see beyond the illusions, to see beyond the distractions, to see beyond what it may look like, and stick to your knowing, stick to that energy, and allow that to guide you to see it manifested in your reality. That's just what it is. So I love you all so much. I pray that you have your best day on purpose. Happy Friday, my loves.